Y'all ready to be history?
Get started.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
To the Pro Audio Suite.
These guys are professional. They're motivated.
Thanks to TriBooth, the best vocal booth for home or on-the-road voice recording. And Austrian Audio, making passion heard. Introducing Robert Marshall from Source Elements and Someone Audio Post, Chicago. Darren Robbo Robertson from Voodoo Radio Imaging, Sydney. Tech to the VO stars, George the Tech Whittam from LA. And me, Andrew Peters, voiceover talent and home studio guy.
Line up, learner!
Here we go.
Welcome to another Pro Audio Suite. Thanks to TriBooth. Don't forget the code PAP200 to save $200 on your purchase. And Austrian Audio, making passion heard. This week we have a couple of questions that have come in to Robbo.
Yeah.
Questions, Robbo. What have we got?
People must love me for questions. The first one comes from. I'm going to try and pronounce this. Apologies if I get it wrong, because obviously it's not a name that I don't think you would want if it wasn't yours. Tim Fuhrer. I don't know. Is F-E-U-E-R-E-R Fuhrer? I'm presuming.
As opposed to tempura.
Tempura, exactly.
His Japanese cousin.
Exactly. Well, he's obviously
the way you said it, it sounds more like he's like the leader of Germany.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. That's what I
Yes.
mean. So if that's not how you produce it, and he takes offence, I apologise.
Pronounce it, yeah.
Pronounce it. Am I stuck in work mode? If that's not how you pronounce it, I apologise. Anyway, he's obviously just discovered the show because he says, I'm currently making my way through all the podcasts. Thank you very much. So forgive me if this has already been addressed. As someone trying to get into VO, I know I need a demo. I'm not sure I have the money to pay for a high quality demo, but I doubt my own ability to create one of my own. How important is the quality of your demo? Shouldn't I be getting hired for my voice, delivery, and technique? Am I going to be evaluated on my ability to be an engineer as well? Thank you for your time. AP, that's
this is
one
different
for you.
in US than Australia, probably, huh?
Well, it's interesting because we've discussed the demo thing before, and I think Robert came up with the perfect line for it, saying the demo is designed to get an agent, not necessarily work.
Yeah,
which certainly is true when you're auditioning.
Well, for some clarity, Tim actually, to answer George's question, Tim is actually in the States, George. So this is a US based question. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the tricky thing for him, I reckon, is that it's like getting a headshot if you're an actor. What do you do? Get a professional photographer to take a photo, or get your auntie to take a photo on your iPhone or something? What's going to get you work? What's going to make you look the best? And same with the demo. What's going to make you sound the best? The other thing, of course, is make sure you can actually do the work and don't spend a day doing a demo of a 30-second ad, which you can't repeat when you actually get into the studio.
I had plenty of those.
I think with the demo, it's like, it's not about like, oh, I need my demo to be professionally recorded, but it needs to be well enough recorded, meaning clean and kind of shows the full quality of your voice. You're not going to record it through like a harmonica microphone or something. I'd say what's more important with the demo is picking some quick scripts and having a good range that shows what you can do. The technical part is even hit in the middle to maybe the upper 2/3 quality. All the other stuff is more important. The delivery and what you choose to highlight your capabilities in terms of content, I think, are going to be more important in the demo than if you used a that mic or whatever. Needs to be good enough.
Yeah. Look, having done a few demos for a bunch of different voiceover artists over the years, and thinking about Tim talking about how he's new to the industry, I think that for me, the trick with a demo is understanding that you might make a 3-minute demo, but if someone listens to the first 30 seconds of it, you're lucky. So I really think you've got to have a bit of knowledge about what people might want to hear to make sure that first 30 seconds is just power-packed, is just bang, 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 bang. This is what I can do. This is another style. This is what I can do. Bang. And it's all got to sound good. So,
yeah, no, but the other thing is also you've got to put your best foot forward. So you've got to realize what your strength is, not what you think people want to hear.
I agree. And I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm also saying what you want to make sure is that first 30 seconds is power packed. So, You know what I mean? Like, make sure that first 30 seconds shows your diversity, but is also, it's still got to have a reasonable sort of amount of impact to it. You know what I mean? Like, be a sort of, oh yeah, that's great. That, it's got to be the best delivery of that line you can make, I guess.
Yeah, it's so true. It's got to be like quick, to the point, and shows your best stuff, and get someone who just wants to call you back. That's all the demo is for, is to get your phone to ring.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do people sit there and listen to like all your different demos? There's so many demos. My e-learning demo, my this, that demo. And I think this is all like ways that coaches are just selling more demos, and demo producers are selling more demos. You need a combined demo, and you need a e-learning one, and you need a medical one, and you need a commercial one, and you need an announcer one, and you need a character one. And
I think for me, when I'm doing casting, and I did this recently, is if I'm casting someone who I haven't worked with before, or I'm thinking about casting someone who I haven't worked with before, I think you're right, Robert. I won't just listen to their retail demo. I'll go and listen to their e-learning and their other ones, because I want to know that given the fact that, there are some people out there who spend 3 days making a 30-second commercial to put on their demo and then can't reproduce it. I want to know that this person understands how to use their voice. So I want to hear, different reads for different styles and go, okay, this person understands their voice. They know how to use it. So more than likely what's on the demo that I like, I'm going to be able to get them to reproduce in the studio. It hasn't just been massaged for days. And it doesn't stop that completely, obviously, but there's more chance of that result.
Yeah. I think also another thing to bear in mind is don't spend $4,000 on a Neve 1073, because if you record using a 1073, your demo will get binned.
You've been reading too much social media.
Explain that to me.
I think you chimed in, Robert, at some point.
I think you did. Well. There was a response, a YouTube response to one of our episodes, and AP was talking about the 1073, and this guy basically got on and shit canned the 1073 and basically said, well, if you're using a 1073, why bother demoing? Because it's, insinuating because the 1073 is a piece of crap, sort of thing. Just throw it in the bin. So,
yep.
The guy's jealous?
I would think so.
Trolling, I think.
Just a troll.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. But okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that you don't need a 1073 for a demo. And like I said, the demo is to show your range and show what you can do. And probably the most important demo is that quick one. This shows a lot of what you do. Just because I see a lot more people getting hired from the audition, essentially. And I think a lot of what the demo does is it gets you an agent. But I don't know that. I mean, are demos getting you jobs?
I don't think they're getting you jobs. No, but I also think I guess to answer Tim's question, my thought is you probably don't need an audio engineer to record it necessarily, because, I think quality, while it is important, is neither here nor there in terms of your demo. But what I think you want to employ someone for, you want to pay someone for, is for that other ear, that third ear, to cast an ear across it and go, okay, you might like this here, but I think this, and this. And if you're starting out, you don't understand what people might want to hear or how to get that difference, then you might want to pay someone to go chop it up and sort of give you a better suggestion of what you might want to be.
Well, it sounds like you're saying he asked the wrong question, is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he was asking about quality.
Yeah, and the quality is like good enough. I think the answer is just like the booths and everything. It's like, what microphone do I need? Yes, you need a microphone that gives you a good booth. That's more important. And what microphone do you need for your audio demo? One that's good enough, because what's more important is the content and the direction that goes into that. And so if you're not aware of what a commercial sounds like, what you need to give them in terms of showing your range, then you're going to want to hire somebody to give you their 2 cents worth, to give you direction. And if your mic sounds even 2/3 as good as the best mic out there, or half as good probably, you're still going to be fine with the demo. Like, it's still going to be a demo that shows your range, shows the basic quality of your voice, and then keep in mind what the goal is for this demo. And if you're expecting the demo to use it to get an agent, to me, I think that's the best use of a demo. And if you're trying to use a demo to get work, I don't think that happens as much, but I might be wrong. I think that's a really long, just to get people to go to your website and listen to your demo, let alone hire you. That's already hard, probably.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to question the value of having a website, quite frankly.
Like, honestly, like, I don't know why. I think it's all about the agent, and it's all about getting the auditions. That's what I see happening.
Yeah.
It's like no one gets anything without an audition.
Yep.
I think your website's a bit like the old business card, though, really, isn't it? Let's be honest. People probably...
Yeah, but I think it's actually going into the same category as a business card.
Yeah. People pop
I'll
it
be
in their
honest.
pocket.
I think the website makes you look amateur.
Really?
Hell yeah. If you're a good voiceover, talk to my agent and get out of my life because I'm busy.
Actually, yes, good point.
Like, does Michael McConaughey or any of these guys have a website? If you're on it, you don't need any of it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
the thing is that you have to get to a Michael. You got to get to
Right,
being a Michael
that's
McConaughey.
right. That's the extreme case of it, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the elite top 1% of the voiceover. The rest of the people are workaday, blue collar, lunch pail voice actors doing corporate e-learning, narration, and stuff like that. And yeah, they do need to have a website because that is literally how they're selling themselves and booking their clients. So
Well, it's
are
interesting
they,
because...
are they
Sorry.
booking their clients through the website? That's exactly what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Or is it? I mean,
they do everything.
I've done
They book
plenty of
themselves,
radio spots that are not spectacular, and they're like, in terms of lowballing the talent. Honestly, they're just, like, here's how much we'll pay, you're non-union, buyout, blah blah blah, and even that stuff is audition, and half the auditions come back sometimes, and the agents are like, like, why would we even bother to audition for this one? And they're like, okay, don't audition. Unfortunately, that's all the client wants to pay. Even in that scenario, I don't see people hopping from website to website looking for a voice talent.
No, they're
Maybe
okay to
it's-
place.
Yeah, well, maybe the only way a website would work is just to get all the content out and basically have it as a calling card, which has contact details, and that's pretty well it. And maybe
It's a
your agents-
high-tech, interactive, multimedia calling card.
But what
is
I'm
it
saying is
for
don't
most
put
people.
demos up, don't put any of that content up. Just have, who you are, what you do, and your agent's contact details. And maybe your own contact
Yeah,
details.
I guess
if
you
wanna get in
need to
contact.
talk to coaches that don't have their finger in the demo producing pie to get the correct information on this.
Yeah.
Because everybody has got a finger in the demo production pie in the coaching world. I don't know a single coach who's like, oh, we don't do demos or we don't recommend demos. Not a single one. So every coach is going to talk about the importance of a demo.
Yeah.
They're all ones I know anyway.
I think the best way to do it is get a general demo that gets you a call with an agent and gets you listed with an agent. Then do work, and as best you can, get copies of your work after it's done, which
Build a
sometimes
reel.
is hard and annoying, and build your reel out of what you actually did.
Do you
There
know?
you go.
Do you know how one of my clients gets his reel? He's got a video recording dongle on his Mac. He plugs it into his DVR with RCA cables. He captures it straight off television, and he puts it on YouTube.
There you go.
And he's killing it.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to do that legally
Chris Fries.
without permission?
It's funny. Well, once you see it air, because usually when like the talent asks for it and the agency producer's like, they don't want someone like, here's my email. Cause now, like you're just going to get bombarded by this talent with like every new demo they do or something. So they don't want to give their email necessarily because they're going to get solicited nonstop. At the same time, the talent wants the spot, but the spot can't be given back to the talent until it airs, basically. Call me in 3 weeks, it should be ready, or give me your email and I'll email you and I'll forget to do it. And I know that it's basically ends up being hard for talent to get copies of things they've done. And you're right. Myself, I was actually just talking to my daughter about stuff I did, and I was like, oh yeah, I went to YouTube to find old Nintendo spots I did. Because I have no idea where I have a copy of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at all.
I mean, and you know how many voice actors, clients of mine who have come to me and said, George, I want to be able to record my spot off television and, put it on YouTube for my promotion. One.
Yeah, right.
One.
Yeah.
So either everybody else knows how to do it, which they don't, or two, they've all left money on the table by not even knowing that they should do it and aren't doing it. Because I'll tell you, Chris is doing it, and Chris's commercial voiceover career is on friggin' fire.
Yeah,
And he's
Oh, Chris
killing
Fries.
it. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
And do you get the feeling that Chris is pulling work hitting the auditions and getting a good stride, or is he getting like work that's just offered to him and not being auditioned? Like he's locked in on some things.
I mean, he auditions like everybody else, but he's not doing the cattle calls. No way.
So how is it that collecting the work that he does and having those reels contributes to more work?
It shows that you're the freaking real deal.
Yeah, true.
Right.
It's not a reel of demo. It's not a demo. It's the real deal. It's real of the real deal. So, and work begets work. And the more work you do, the more work you get. And the more attention you generate, the more...
I totally agree with the real deal thing. I still am just wondering who is shopping for talent based on demos.
I don't
what
know
I'm
if
trying to
anybody's
figure
shopping
out.
for talent on demos, but it's all part of your brand and your cachet. And when someone's on YouTube thinking of hiring Chris Fry, I wonder if Chris has done any spots. I don't know. How would we find him? I don't know. I don't know. Let's type Chris Fry's into YouTube. Maybe we can find stuff. And all of a sudden you see 100 spots that he's done. Yeah, you go, oh yeah, that dude is the real deal.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, I would say that if you're looking, and if the casting people these days are millennials, or if the directors are millennials, which they are, where are they going to be looking? It's going to be on YouTube.
They're going to be on YouTube, I agree. And they're not hopping from site to site, which is where that comment about you don't even need a website came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what he says? You know why I'm successful? Because you're lazy.
It's true.
Yeah.
He works his ass off, and he's talented. He's talented.
Yep.
Look, even myself, marketing's not at the top of my list of, things I'm good at or things that I do regularly. I'll be honest. I'm useless at it. My newsletter goes out
Yeah,
once
me
every
too.
6 months
It
if
is
I'm
so
lucky.
hard to toot your own horn.
It is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it
It's
is.
so hard to toot your own horn and not feel like a complete
Dig.
like cleansing product of some sort.
Yeah,
Like
agreed.
you just
It's a funny thing because that was going to the US for the first time, and people were like basically bring the whole brass band. They had so many trumpets blowing.
You wrap your car in a vinyl ad by advertising your voiceover business.
And like we're all self-deprecating down here, going, are you any good? Oh yeah, kind of all right, I guess.
Yeah, hold my own.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, it's like a completely different mindset.
It really is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It really
Absolutely.
is.
So conclusion is, do a good demo.
You need to hire
quality good enough.
Yep.
Content and direction more important on your demo than what mic and what booth you have. I mean, just make it good enough.
And focus on your strengths.
Yeah, and if and my final thought on that would be, if you have the money, pay someone not to engineer it for you, but to produce it for you, to sort of have a listen and go, okay, let's tighten this up your first 30 seconds. Let's get everything that's great in there as much as we can, blah, blah, blah. Give you that sort of direction, especially if you're new.
And also,
Yeah.
just as a footnote, and just to prove the point, Robbo sent me his wife Tanae's demo to have a listen to, and I came back and said I really like her sort of young female read, which was somewhere in the middle, I think. To stick that up the front,
Yeah.
which
You
Robbo
got it.
did, and she scored the job with the Cartoon Network in Hong Kong,
Yeah, there you go.
Oh wow.
doing exactly that voice.
Doing exactly
Wow,
that
yeah,
voice, and
yeah.
her first session's in about 55 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So she's upstairs
Well,
shitting herself.
There's another freaking moral of the story there is if your demo is not getting any action, scramble it up.
Yeah,
Put different
absolutely.
spots at the head, because that's likely the only thing anybody's ever going to hear is the first 5 seconds. They're going to 30 seconds is be a miracle. They must really like you if they listen to 30 seconds. Yeah.
What this reminds me of is that website plugin that's like the demo player. It's better than any other
It's called Voice Zam.
voice. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Like you can make any demo you want really quick. Like here's all your modules and send this to a client, or send a personalized player to a client. I think is one of the features it has.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It just, for whatever reason, it's not a must-have from what I'm hearing and from what I see at my client sites. So
No,
I think it's a really great idea.
I still think the must have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the must have is an agent who's going to get you auditions.
Still pretty much is.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, unless you're Bill Murray and you got your own 1-800 number and you just interview people and say, yeah, I'll take that job. You know he does that, by the way?
Bill Murray.
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good on him.
because I read this awesome interview. It was a guy who wanted him to direct. He wanted to direct him. You know, he wanted to cast him. He's like, I need Bill Murray in this movie. And then he wrote an article about the process of what it takes to book Bill Murray for your film. And it was hilariously Bill Murray. It was just so quirky and weird. It was just like literally call a 1-800 number and leave a voicemail.
That's cool.
No
I
agent, no manager.
I love
Bill
It's
Murray.
very, very, very Pearl Jam or something like
Yeah.
of him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, man. Well, yeah, I mean, don't overspend. Don't worry about the quality being stellar, but definitely worry about being great performance. And that reminded me when you said, don't worry about the mic quality and don't pay somebody to engineer it for you. I think that's a really damn good point. If you go to some super high quality studio, and that's where the demo's produced, and then the jobs are going to be recorded in your home studio.
Ouch.
That's freaking disingenuous right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you really can't back it up. You know,
Don't
so
make your expectations too high for the client.
yeah, you really should be recording your demo in your studio with your own gear. You should be getting direction. You should be getting a well-written script, and you should be produced for sure. But now that it's a home studio world, you should be recording in your home studio. I think
that is a really good point. It's no longer just can you like recreate the direction that, you know, like even if it took you 3 hours to come up with that in your demo, can you pull that back in like 10 minutes when you have to? And the other thing is, can you recreate the setup and the sound?
Right.
Which I never do for Robbo, ever.
No. There is no set and forget for the Robert channel in the Pro Audio Suite template. It's got to be changed every week.
Yeah. And I'll leave you with the quote that was from Robert that we mentioned earlier at the 1073. His answer was, yeah, you would pass on a good VO talent because you don't know how to use a bit of EQ. Give me a break, dude.
Is that what I said?
Yes, that's what you said, Robert.
Well, that was fun. Is it over?
The Pro Audio Suite, with thanks to TriBooth and Austrian Audio. Recorded using Source Connect. Edited by Andrew Peters and mixed by Voodoo Radio Imaging. With tech support from George the Tech Whittam. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and join in the conversation on our Facebook group. To leave a comment, suggest a topic, or just say g'day, drop us a note at our website, theproaudiosuite.com.